If there's something that I like more than awakening an officer in Warpath is to stumble upon two alliances clashing in an epic battle. Welcome back, friends, and thanks for watching. We are in San Francisco and we have FWZ trying to build a central command right next to S40, and you can tell that S40 is not happy about that. So right now I think they have enabled the slow burn and the bubbles, and they will do everything possible to stop FWZ from finishing that central command. So kind of a bold move from FWZ to build a central command right next to S40. Usually you want a few village as buffer so you can reinforce and have this distance between you and the enemy. In that case, they decide to build that central command right next to S40. And S40 have to adopt a defensive position on the eastern front while trying to demolish the central command in the western front. So quite a challenge. On top of it, they are stressed under time, as in a few minutes it will be the update, and during the update nobody can play. So they have to demolish this central command in a timely fashion. And S40, I don't know them well enough. I've covered a few battles, and let me tell you that since the beginning of this conquest, they have tremendous activity. They are everywhere, pretty much all online. And as you can see, they will work as a team trying to stop this central command. It's already stopped, it's halted, but they have to completely demolish it in order to finish their mission. B-52 just dropped in order to slow down the attack. FWZ, the problem with their strategy is they cannot reinforce in a timely fashion. They are 2 villages away from their claim land, so they have to travel all the way deep inside S40 territory in order to burn some. And during that process, they lose a lot of reserves. You will see with the bubble, it doesn't help FWZ at all, as they will try to demolish those bases. During that process, they will waste a tremendous amount of reserves. Now that B-52 is out of the way, they have to get rid of Mao, and this will be a difficult task. They are approaching this base carefully. One thing in favor of FWZ is Mao doesn't have any bombers. He plays with 2 fighters, so it's up to his teammates to support with bombers, trying to slow down the attack or at least burn a few howitzers. Now that somebody engaged the base, let's see what they can achieve. And usually it's a pretty bad sign when you see the shield dropping very slowly. So it means that you're not making any progress. Even so, Mao only have 2 units inside his base, so a partial army. But keep in mind, Mao is a strong base. He is a strong player. He got top technology, so you have to approach this base with caution. And when you launch the attack, you may only have one chance, as by the time you retrain everything, more bases has dropped. So this was a failure, bad attack, bad timing, and now Mao is having a blast, zapping every units approaching his base. A lack of communication at this point. So the base is active and they're still approaching and surrounding the base, which is a mistake. You don't want to do that unless you want to give your units to Mao. While they are in the area, FWZ can burn this weaker base on the upper left corner of the screen, and they might as well follow through by burning the base on the lower left portion of the screen, but they need to be careful. It's well guarded by Mao. This base is still active. By burning this weaker base, it will allow the chief of FWZ to base in the area and try to save this central command construction. If he can find a spot, this is kind of chaotic. He's trying to position his base truck. We can no longer, he's out of range. No, he's come back. So ideally, you want to be at the edge if you have a strong base. That's what he's trying, but I think that he lost quite a few troops in that process. Yeah, it's kind of chaotic, and Mao is pulling a move. So, okay, we have the boss of the FWZ well positioned. Mao will attempt to reposition his base, I believe. But Mao is not gonna try to block the central command. So Mao, he is a wise player. He's a very smart player. He will position his base right next to the boss of FWZ, but he's gonna stay in claim land to benefit from the shield. So he will be the base guarding and protecting his alliance from the onslaught of FWZ, while having in check FWZ chiefs. While TLMSS is training because he only have one fully trained unit inside his base, it could be a good opportunity for S40 to burn that base. At this point, TLMSS only have two fully trained units inside his base, so that may be the ideal moment to knock out this base. So let's, okay, we have this tanking unit right there, and I see some howitzers approaching. The siege has begun, but nobody is firing except that infantry troop. So this may be a mistake. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh yeah, the base aggro is having a blast, firing away at those howitzers, knocking them out one by one, quite fast. But they're making good progress somewhat. So maybe they will be able to destroy that base. Let's see. Ooh, maybe not after all. I mean, things escalate so fast when the infantry or the tanking unit is gone. It's a matter of seconds before you lose your howitzer and you realize it only minutes later. Yeah, it's that fast. So seems like this siege has failed, but they took a lot of HP out of this base. So not a total failure. It will be a two-step process. One thing for sure is TLMSS will have a beautiful battle report. I mean, even though he only have 2 fully trained units inside his base, he's doing a tremendous amount of damage. I mean, he's zapping every unit around his base. At this point, I would have put a tag and cancel the attack, just retreat, retrain, and knock him down another time. I know that they are stressed under time. Easier said than done, right? But in the middle of the battle, you don't always have the time to make a smart decision. FWZ needs to regroup and restart a siege and redo everything from scratch as more S40 bases as plopped in inside their claim land. So like you saw, the bubble provide a little bit of protection. It gives you a little bit more time to burn that tanking unit. That will help them quite a lot. This guy will also get burned, but during that process, he will kill quite a few units. Look at this. Another base just plopped in to help or save the central command construction. I'm not too sure where he comes from, as FWZ cannot reinforce from the west front. So I guess he was further down and decided to put his base at the front row. A good move from FWZ. They want to protect their central command, and he will seize the opportunity to burn that smaller base. Easy mission for him. A double duty for S40. They have to get rid of this FWZ central command while healing their village that is under attack. But at this point, I think they have the slow burn enabled. This base attempted to heal this village. It will make a fair report doing so. Good job. So yeah, they have to protect the eastern front while working on the western front, demolishing the central command. Quite a stressful situation for S40, but they seem to be doing fine. Like I said, tremendous activity. And look, a good play from Vangelis. He is going to skill charge that poor guy. There you go. He got some good artillery and he's pushing his luck. I guess he's suicide his unit that was almost burned out. There you go. Oh, B-52 landed with the burnout base and no troop inside. That is not good. So we will go up in flame. S40 needs to get rid of those surrounding units around Lord Aten so they can process this base and move along. Once this big guy will be destroyed, it will be much easier for S40 to make progress. Alright, things should be much easier for S40. They managed to burn out Lord Aton cleanly, I would say, despite having such a strong base. Blitz will be the next victim of S40 assault. There you go, the siege has begun. he teleported. Okay. Maybe to come back later. Now we have this commander. I believe that this is Madlax, who got his name reset. Not sure why. He got a good base, so let's see how well he will defend. Now S40 seems to be stopping their operation as they are getting under attack on the eastern front. Okay. Now look how many units FWZ have deployed in this village. They have a lot of troops in the area. Let's see if they will be able to make some kind of progress. They seem to have enough firepower to destroy that weaker base. That's fine, but now they will face a wall of defense. Oh, there you go. Now the artillery is pre-charged. They have some heavily modified units guarding those bases. That will be interesting to see if FWZ will be able to break through this defensive line as they are lining up. Once again, not much bomber action on either side. That is too bad for S40. Having a few bombers would definitely be more effective, slowing down this onslaught. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit just so you see the amount of units. Right, okay, so this siege has begun. There you go, and they are getting under attack by the line of howitzers. While troops are dropping like flies. Oh yeah, every time they approach, they are getting bombarded. Let's see if they will survive. Both sides losing a crazy amount of reserves in the process. Oh yeah. Yeah, seems like FWZ have the upper end on this defense move. They benefit from the Alliance buff inside their territory. It's active, so right off the bat, they have more buffs, more power, more firepower, and more HP. On the eastern side of this village, we have a fast group from S40 trying to chase away some units. Where are... Okay, so we have a smaller assault group of FWZ trying to knock out some bases. This base seems to be active and FWZ is not reacting to it. So they are still not surrounding, but they stand a little bit too close of this base. Too close for my comfort. And they're trying to chase away that S40 group guarding those bases, as they have a artillery group just out of frame north of the... There you go. So this artillery group, they are staging, waiting to have the coast clear so they can keep engaging bases. However, S40 doesn't want anyone approaching that area. And we have another base that just dropped in, compounding the... the effect, the defensive line of S40, if I can say, right? So FWZ is just hoping to break through those bases, but more bases are dropping. But that will be a very difficult task for FWZ. I mean, like I said, it was a bold move to build a central command right next to S40, and they knew it will be difficult to reinforce their position. So, yeah, they bit a little bit too more than they can chew right now. S40 is doing a good job repelling the attack, pushing back the assault of FWZ. They will have to reset completely, reform groups, and start all over again. Hopefully, with better success. As of right now, they are getting cancelled. We have a smaller group guarding this base. So FWZ will attempt to keep pushing. Maybe not the best tactic as their group is running thin. Less than an hour before the update, so S40 absolutely need to put the pressure on FWZ to destroy this central command. We have this strong player here. Unfortunately, he blocked the construction, but his base was empty. Therefore, he's gone.
You told me this would be rock and roll. The world after the war. Fighting.
S40 managed to clear this construction site of any defending unit. Now they can start their cleanup operation. So let them gather around. They will process that base right there. Killer DCK. With this super heavy, they should be able to knock out this base in a timely fashion without losing too much. Yeah, that super heavy taking the aggro like a champ. Beautiful. Now that this weaker base is out of the way, they can process Edel, which have a much stronger base. Yeah, Edel is a big boy. So let's see how well his base will survive. FWZ is not giving up, and this could be their last attempt to save the central command. They have a substantial army in this village, so let's see how it goes. They should have enough to kill that DK base right there. Even with the shield, oh yeah, he disappeared. And they're still approaching quite a lot of units in the area. They will go for that smaller base right there. There you go. So right now, S40 is trying to slow down SWZ, but their base doesn't have enough HP. And we have this wall of units still guarding Mao. And then they will have to knock out Mao after. So this will be quite difficult. To be honest, I'm not sure if this will be possible. FWZ will push with those super heavy, catching the artillery fire while firing back at those enemy equipment pieces. Will they be able? Oh wow, what a battle. I mean, ooh, I'm sure a few last stand packs were purchased during that battle. FWZ is pushing through. Yep, they have more units on the ground despite having less power. They will manage to break through this defensive line. Oh, a base dropped behind them. Is it a good base? Nope, it's not a good base. But still, now FWZ lost almost half of their force trying to knock out this defensive line. They're making progress though, slowly but surely. However, I'm sure that there are some bases behind them now, so they're kind of stuck. There are the Wiener and the hot dog bun. So at this point, okay, they have to get rid of that base. I think he had an SOS. He was almost burned out, but he gained some HP. Oh, doing good. Yeah, he's managing. Yep, he got rid of that small assault group. So that was a good jump. Congratulations to you. Now, their mission, they have to knock out Mao. So, like I said, Mao, he's not a stupid player. He knows that he better to stay there and guard, be the last line of defense for his team, instead of blocking the central command. If he blocks the central command, he loses his shield because a construction site is a neutral village still. And now this base is active. That's all left from FWZ assault group. Only a handful, not a handful, but maybe 2 handfuls of of units. There's a truck. I see a truck here trying to deploy the base to save the central command. Will it be possible? Let's find out. Right now, FWZ, they don't have enough firepower to knock down Mao, but since they are already on site and they cannot go back, might as well fight to the last unit. And they're getting attacked from behind by S40, reinforcing. Despite blowing up that base, that truck will run for his life, trying to avoid enemy fire and deploy his base. Even if he can deploy his base, he will be instantly blown up as he doesn't have any army. So he's running for his life. He will probably get intercepted by another player. Yep, Vangelis is waiting for him. The welcome party is there. So yeah, he's not going to survive that. No chance. At this point, we have more S40 troops in the area. Another base dropped in. Who's that player? Alright, so he's going to help out. Cleaning up the rest of the builders. So now they are massing around Iron Storm. He got a good base, but it will not be enough to survive this attack. Oh yeah. So look how much motivation S40 have. They really mean it. Only a few minutes before the update, so they have to knock out those bases. Now they are ready to blow up this Stony Lord player. Yep, they will initiate the siege. And let's see how long he's gonna last. Beautiful. And we have TLMSS who moved away, trying to heal up. Yeah, I don't think that FWZ will be able to survive. They don't have anybody to help at this point, and this guy will now bite the dust. All right. All in for that beautiful base, and he's gone. And the last man standing, Sakukone, is the only base left before this central command is fully destroyed. So they will go at it. Finish this with a bang. All right. Oh yeah. There you go. Mission accomplished for S40. That was a beautiful battle. Thanks for watching, friends. I hope that you like this epic moment. More content will come up soon. Take care.